back.
So, if you can tell from our t-shirts, we're going to sort of talk Star Wars, which we haven't really done too much of. We haven't done it in a while anyway, not since
Vader.
May the 4th. We did the Vader and the Dewback and all the fun stuff, which I'll know. Link right there. But we were going to talk about something. We were contacted by Figure Shield. Now, they mass produce containers to put figures in. And the reason why I like this is because back in the 90s, you could actually go to Walmart and buy like a 6-pack of these. And then you could put your figures in. So literally, you could buy that hot figure off the shelf, put it into a bubble, and it was good. I've had figures that have never come out of those bubbles. Yeah. So I'm talking like Vader with like the removable hand from Power of the Force with the face plate that comes off. All that kind of stuff. So,
well, if you're an in-the-box collector and you're very particular about your boxes, this is the way to go. And you know what I mean? And they're uniformed, and as we go along here, we'll show you how they're designed to display well. Mm-hmm. Not just here's a protecting case. Here's something that you can put out and display. And then beyond that, especially if you collect and we're going to talk a little bit about this because you're really into the whole vintage Star Wars thing.
I'm in for it's keeping it as close to case fresh as you can get.
Yeah, at this point.
Yes, and especially some of these older toys that maybe you just don't want them to get any worse than what they already are. This is where Figure Shield's going to come into play.
There's a big difference between a $50 to $100 Marvel Legend and what, in some of the cases, there's a few hundred. Some of these are hundreds of dollars, right?
Yes, yes.
Some of the vintage collections are really out. Well, not vintage collection, the actual vintage figure.
Like, we're not talking the vintage line here. We actually have real vintage 83 Star Wars.
See that yellowing in the bubble? That's where the value is.
This is the real deal. Like, this is not stickers coming off. I think we have James Way. There's a Kmart.
There's a Kmart right here. Yeah. $3.44.
Exactly. See, whenever I see a figure for $3, done.
Yeah.
Done. Oh, I'm home. I'm home. In a split second, I'm home. So we have a selection of modern figures, some vintage figures, as in the original, and vintage collection.
Yeah.
And then we also have some Black Series. As you can see, we have the new Zuckuss from the Disney store here. We've got a couple other Black Series figures, but we're going to try out...
We're going to talk Figure Shield to start.
Right.
So when we'll go over the different types as we go along here, but so with the package that at least we got, and I'm going to assume a lot of this is promotional, that comes out.
Yes.
You get a nice, little set of stickers that are actually really cool. But you get the little postcard, tells you a little bit about the different clamshells that are Star Wars related, or either clamshells or box.
Yes.
And so in the back, you get this nice little informational piece, and it says Figure Shield's micro-beaded surface. Our micro-beaded surface offers a layer of protection not found with other clamshells. The surface has a slight frosted appearance that reflects and diffuses harmful UV rays. The majority of the UV rays are deflected away from the figure, and the UV rays that make it through are diffused, helping to keep your collectible safe from these harmful rays. Premium grade acid-free RPVC makes our clamshells tough and resilient to cracking and protect your figures from dents, dings, and other potential harm. And then even a nice little, that looks like a Superman to me.
Yeah.
But a nice little, you'll see it, we'll throw it up there.
Yeah, it looks like soups.
It's very, very nice.
And one thing I'd like to bring up about that with the UV protection is, I knew how your old house was, but it was in the basement where you had everything up. So you're not really talking about sun rays.
Yeah.
So I lived in an apartment building where I had an office, and I literally had every figure that was valuable would never get hit by the ray of light.
They get washed out and faded.
Wasn't going to happen.
And that's part of the, other than, you obviously were smoking non-filtered cigarettes.
Well, short story, these actually came from my grandmother's house. She was not a smoker.
Yeah.
So this has actually been sitting in just like a cardboard box. I think there was some plastic boxes that she had them sitting in. So this isn't even, this is just time. This isn't a smoker's house. This isn't like she bought it at a flea market. She bought this at James Way for $2.57. And I'm sure it was probably a year maybe after Star Wars came out. I mean, the woman had a checklist. There's 3 or 4 of them over there in the box where I pulled these from.
Nice.
Where she would cross off which
I
one
got
she
that
had.
one. That's a good grandmother.
Yeah. Well, she had one for each grandkid.
Wow.
That was 4 different grandsons that she had to check off
That's
who
back
had
in the
what.
day. You actually had to have a checklist. Now,
Well,
you
yeah,
just,
that's what she
hey
did.
Siri,
Yeah.
got old Bobby Akbar. Got to check that off. What do you want? You want to do 40th anniversary?
Let's do the 40th because
Okay.
unfortunately we only have one 40th anniversary
Yeah.
figure here. So this here is what we're going to be dealing with. So we have a container that is fully going to display the figure right in here.
So cost will be right up here.
Yes.
This is awesome. Okay, we haven't even put the figure in there yet.
Gotta get the
Okay, you know, and again, for a company that isn't like Hasbro or Mattel, the big guys, they went out of their way when they created the die to do this. You've got Figure Shield here.
Yep.
You've got it on the back
To collect and protect.
That I love.
I love it.
I love that line. Honestly, you guys are like GI Joes to me. You know, you're my hero.
And we even have, it's not even punched. There's
Yeah.
2. So if you'd want to thumbtack it or put a hook up on the wall, you could display it
Yeah.
there. It's going to stand. But it also stands on its own.
Yeah. That's
So
really
here we go. I mean, this isn't rocket science.
And it's in.
No, this is a 40th anniversary R2.
Click. 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 Come on, guys.
And then you push these in here. And
That's
you
nice.
really got it locked into place. So we've had them on display in a couple of older
Yeah.
videos, but this is our first chance to talk about it. And I
So,
love it.
We got this is called the SW40, so Star Wars 40th Anniversary clamshells. It says custom fit for Star Wars 40th Anniversary lines. Also works well with Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, Power Rangers, and more.
So you could get it in there, which we could do.
Yeah,
We have an extra one right here.
Give Diablo a run.
So we'll give Diablo a run. We'll stick Diablo in there. Oh!
And so now I've got to buy every one of these.
Oh, I didn't
That's
think that would be
nice.
that perfect.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So there's
That's
Diablo, maybe getting a little bit more love than he deserves.
All right, so hold on. We have another one of these because we got to try one of the new, or pop Diablo
We'll
out.
pop Diablo out.
So this is the new multiverse box.
And it's also to figure out what you can use it for again. You know, like, can you use it for a different thing?
Now, see?
Now.
See what you did? See what you did, Mattel?
So it's not going to work on this one. But you know what? We're going to try this one in a little bit. We're going to try it with a different thing. But do we have anything else?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Legend.
Let's do a Legend. Now, Figure Shield did contact us. They are making specially designed boxes for Legends. So we should be getting those hopefully before Christmas that we can talk about that. But besides being a little loose in there, MJ,
No.
I don't think you can complain about
No?
that at
Well,
all.
is this too thick? You want to get? Nah, it's not gonna.
No, not going to happen. But look at that. I mean,
Ah, come on.
Now, I was at New York Comic Con with our pop guru, Jason Nelson.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jason. And he had these for his pop. So he bought some pops there that day and literally bought them,
Went
took
right
the
in.
thing out of it, put it right into his bag. I was so upset that I forgot to bring one of these because I picked up, Jason actually bought me General Veers.
Oh.
So my last day, I'm carrying around General Veers in my luggage, and I wish I would have had something else to put him in. And I'm like, damn it. Left these at MJ's house.
Yeah, the sickness is definitely going to grow with this because can you imagine you're out at the store, you know, the guy walks out with that Marvel Legend
And you're like
or
running after him.
that Star Wars, and he's at the register. He's like, "Hold on, guys, don't even put it in the bag."
Yeah.
And he just takes it. These are cool.
I've had these. I have these on a bunch of older figures that I got. Like I said, I got them at Walmart, but you didn't get a lot of them. You only got
Yeah.
like 3, and then even then, they came in a case like this, and
Yeah.
I still use that for stuff.
There you go.
It's because I was like, you know, this is too good. So let's do the Black Series.
All right, so we are gonna go. So by the way, you buy them in rather large packs.
Yeah.
So it's not like hey, let's get ripped off.
And this is what we're
We're gonna
talking
get one
about
of
here.
them. We're gonna put the price point above our heads or below our heads or left and right.
It'll be there somewhere.
In this vicinity. So we've got the new DFR1 deflector case for the Star Wars Black Series. So it is custom designed for a perfect fit. And, oh, here we go. Look at this. Figures shown are for demonstration purposes only and are not included. Figure Shield, the Figure Shield logo, and the Figure Shield crest, they're trademarks of Figure Shield LLC. Figure Shield is not affiliated with Hasbro, Lucasfilms, or any other company referenced or depicted.
Right.
So we're happy about that.
So in other words, they're not endorsed.
Yeah.
By Hasbro. So,
what do you think?
Zuckus
Zucks?
purchased yesterday. Check out our Instagram for that. So now my only issue is the little flap here that we do this.
Flappy.
So this. Now I guess you could tape it off if you really wanted it to be in there and safe.
You tuck it in. So
Put it to bed.
put it to bed.
Put it to bed.
Night night.
Oh,
That's perfect.
Oh.
Well, so now here's the deal. You're gonna take this, right? You got this really awesome branding. So maybe you're gonna put it on a shelf, right? And you're gonna run them out like this for your, if you've got the
Your
numbers in order. You got Zuckus, okay?
I mean, some of these
Or-
get crazy,
yeah.
like the prices for them and such.
Some people, they want to hang them on their wall. So they also sell the DFR Series Pro Upgrade Kit. One kit contains the hanger and 2 wafer seals. Check it out. It's 25 cents per kit, but I got to be honest, it's worth it. Check that out. Boom. Now that's hanging. If you want to put it up on the wall, it's done really well.
There's nothing to hang it, but
It's not one of the little L hooks that'll eventually bend. It's a solid. It's a solid little piece there.
so we have that. And
These
then,
are cool. I gotta say,
This is something.
this is nice.
This is what you get the collector who you're afraid to buy for.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know which Black Series figure they have, or I don't know which Star Wars figure they have. You know what? How about a case to put them in? Because you always have plenty of figures to put into a box.
Ladies, if you don't know what your man wants for Christmas, or Hanukkah, or whatever, birthday, Kwanzaa, you want to really surprise them and go over the top and make them really happy. You open this up, you're just going to go, how did I get so lucky?
Buy one, even if they have doubles of it, they're not going to care because we're all crazy. And then,
Yeah, that's nice. And look how easy it is. I just want to sit here and do that. Just box them.
and to
That's
tell you the
cool.
truth, I wish I would have had one of these just when I was at New York Comic Con because every once in a while you do get that exclusive, and I'm interested to see if Figure Shield, because the boxes change so often. Like, would you buy one Grimorian Guard one? Like, it's the size of a Grimorian Guard, or it'll
that's good,
fit
yeah.
the throne that Snoke came with.
Yeah.
Would you buy just one of those? It's
They
hard.
could do a collapsible box, you know what I mean, that kind of sizes, so you can go up or down. I guess go
Yeah.
up or down or left or right.
But part of the appeal is that it does fit snug.
Look at this.
Look at that, Jason. I hope you're happy.
Perfect.
Boom.
So, let's talk the Black Series before we move on to
the vintage.
To the vintage stuff. So, you've got some of the ones people are going crazy for. So we've got the Mimban Trooper, Mimban,
Mimban.
Mr.
I'm
Veers,
gonna put that extra I in there. It's
Mimmy.
Mimban.
Mimmy, the Zucks,
The Zucks.
the
I'm-
Veers.
It's glad you brought that up because I'm actually that's not planned.
Really into this thing?
Yeah, no, it's not that I'm into this thing. Is I've just noticed that lately, I'm not buying any figures that are normal, that are regular releases. I'm not going out and getting
Well, why would you?
the Han Solo, the Landos from Solo Star Wars Story. Nothing against them, but I'm on the hunt for the harder to find ones because they're characters that I want.
Well, most of those
Like,
releases
even
are
this,
from.
even the C-3PO is the Walgreens C-3PO without a sticker because he doesn't have.
Well, I definitely want to talk of the Walgreens effect here for
Okay.
sure. But to me, these are sharp. Okay, it really kind of takes it to the next level. There's some more rare ones that you have here.
Yeah.
But I think for the general release ones, it's most of the general releases are never going to go above that $20 price point.
No.
Okay, so
Not now.
don't buy it at 20. Wait until it hits 5 and below, or Ollie's, or Ross's, or one of the discount stores.
Yeah. Even
Get
then,
it when
just a Target on sale.
yeah, Target clearance. We've gotten 3-cent figures from Target. So I hate to say it, but that's a decent way to go about collecting this. If you don't have the cash to
Well, it's
buy
because
at a wave.
they make so many, and they release them. They're not like Marvel Legends,
No.
and they did say they're gonna roll those back on Star Wars. We're not gonna get as many waves, but if you compare it to Marvel Legends, I don't even think we're at half of what Marvel Legends did this year.
No, not even
And
close.
they just announced that we're going to get prequel characters. We're going to get Mace Windu. We're going to get General Grievous. We're going to get Padme from Attack of the Clones. So, and we're going to get battle droids. So, and the only reason why we want battle droids is because we want other people to for these characters to fight.
Gotcha.
Because you can't have them fight clone troopers all the time.
So here's my question for you.
Fire away.
Okay. As a collector that displays a majority of this stuff, because I have so much of it, just to the side because I don't have the real estate, right? If it's numbered, that's my favorite thing. Okay. If I can
it's a sense
put
of
them in
completion.
order,
Sense of
it's the completionist in me. So what's up with the latest ones not having?
These are all exclusives.
So yeah, but you can't give it a number. I mean, like, give me a little.
I find it hard to deal with the whole not numbered thing as well.
I don't get it. It's just unnecessary.
Because the numbering enables you to go, okay, I need 36 because I have 35,
exactly,
37. Yeah. With this one's not sticking too good here.
You got to tuck it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you see the little flap there. You got to push it down.
Okay. So,
there you go,
and it also, thanks. It also makes it harder when you're like laying it out that now I have to have a separate shelf for exclusives.
Well, but then
maybe
now we've got multiple exclusives here.
Right.
So give me you put the Walgreens on the front.
W1.
Give me the W1, and then I can put those together.
Just T1.
Is this the Walgreens?
W1. That's the Walgreens C3PO.
I thought the Walgreens had the red arm.
I don't know. He doesn't have a number, so I'm guessing he's Walgreens.
That's a good point.
So I, got him so long ago, I don't even remember. But Walmart W1. I mean, I like that there's a color distinction.
Yeah,
for the
that
trooper.
I like is cool.
It's just like the Force, the Ghost Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
he was blue,
yeah.
and I can't believe I found one of those a couple months ago, and he wasn't on sale. I was like, what the heck is this? But he didn't have a number, so he could have been Walgreens 3.
Yeah.
We got a Clone Wars Obi-Wan coming. He could be W6. It would give us a sense, like even the vehicles / beasts are numbered.
Yeah.
So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're up to 5 now, I think, with the swoop bike.
Yeah. Well, shout out, by the way, to Walgreens, because thank you for giving me an excuse to run to the store when my wife isn't feeling well, when we need something quickly, and I can go run and get it.
Did you get my medicine? No.
No, sorry. But I got 3 Black Series figures.
So, sadly, what is this? This one is called again.
This
is the DFR1.
Yeah, the DFR1.
The DFR1 is not going to work for a multiverse figure.
No.
Because of the tag.
Yeah.
But tons of Black Series, and like we said earlier, the Marvel Legends are going to be coming in this line. So we're just they said it would be soon, hopefully before Christmas. I got some work to do there.
Yeah.
However, let's get into the vintage one.
Yeah. Well, let's do the box, and then I'm going to ask you about some of these guys.
Okay. So this is the ST69. So this is going to handle some of our vintage figures, but I brought some oddball guys along just in case to see maybe if they could cross over or if it's a no.
Well, so the 69 clamshell is custom fit for the 6x9 carded figures, like the vintage collection, Reaction G.I. Joe, other vintage figures, and more. And I mean, that really is the size of your older carded figures.
Let's hope.
Well, at least the new one. There you go. Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Over here.
Well played.
So, this one, and you know what, we should probably say it before we put them away. This one still has the proof of purchase on the back. So this is about as, I don't know, maybe as mint as I'm going to get in my collection.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to see that. When you find that thing unpunched, God bless you.
Yeah.
Is there a variant on him? I feel like I've seen...
I think I have an unpunched Luke, but he's already in one of these.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Is there a variant on him?
I feel like I've... some different version.
When you get into the older figures, you got to be...
Because they were constantly changing over while they were doing the production.
Yes. And you got to... It's astounded me how many variants there are in paint, weapons. Like, I know that there's 2 different canes for Yoda. There's a dark brown and a light brown. There's different hair paints and heads for Han and Luke.
It's like speaking to somebody in Pig Latin.
Yeah.
You know, when you get into talking to somebody that knows their vintage Star Wars stuff, other than it becoming a who knows more, battle, it's interesting because there is just unbelievable amounts of this information out there. So,
so we did a vintage. Let's do let's do the modern
vintage collection.
Let's do the modern
vintage.
So I got this one out. This is from the Empire re-release of the figures, and I thought it would be fun. We already just did General Veers here in the Black Series, but here is the AT-AT Commander, which is basically General Veers. I mean, it should without a doubt fit because, this is a VC05. So these are all numbered. We were just got done talking about that, and now we have. Actually, I think Hasbro sent me him.
So where did you get most of these ones?
This one came from Hasbro. Okay. We've got some others over here. That's Five Below.
My sweetheart.
Yeah, from Five Below. He's VC 94, so we just went from 5 to 94. Wow, really, really quick. Yeah. And he has the Darth Maul sticker. And I really like that they added it as a sticker instead of just printing it onto it and made the Kenner. Let's try some of these here that are a little bit different. Now, this is, ironically enough, I bought him at Five Below. And this is the Last Jedi Luke. Yeah, I paid for the Last Jedi Luke. This is actually the only Last Jedi 375 figure that I own.
Oh, okay.
So, a little big. But it would do its job.
Well, if you're going to display it, like on the wall, you're never going to have a problem.
And is Figure Shield going to go through and make a whole new wave of plastic shields?
You guys keep buying their product, they will.
They will. But I would buy a case of these and be fine.
I got to tell you, I think I just buy 3 of them and just every time I get a ding, just toss it. No?
You're going to be able to get those real easy.
Yeah.
So for Halloween, for my wife, I bought her a R4 Boo 18. And this is a Halloween figure that they release every year.
It's a Disney Store exclusive?
It's Disneyland exclusive.
Disney, wow.
So you can buy this online for like a minute.
That's what you were doing last Wednesday.
No. For...
you just said, no.
You can buy this online for like a minute in August, but I was fortunate enough my dad was in Disney World for work, so he picked one of these up. I don't think it's going to fit, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Oh,
very cool.
Boom.
Nice.
I was like, I told her I was going to go into the Figure Shield, and it was going to be great.
That's cool.
So these were $12.99 at Disney World, and they release pretty much one for every holiday, except Thanksgiving, I think, for some reason. But you can still buy Last Jedi.
You can't get like a turkey R2D2.
That's what I thought. He'd be like fall colors. But they already have the announced the Christmas one. For this year, for some reason, it's something with the arm.
I want a R2D2 with the BB-8 in him. It's like the Turduncan version.
The Turduncan.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk a little vintage collection. So,
okay.
And we should talk a little bit about your collection at the end here. But,
okay.
So I don't know a ton.
It's a figure I gave my wife.
I don't know a ton about the vintage series. I know some stuff, the highlights, and as a nerd, all the stuff that you hear from talking with your friends, and watching videos online. So we've got a couple. We've got a Collect 65 and a Collect 77. And so, could you get some of the earlier in the wave with the 77?
You could.
So they did the cards later on again and put it up.
This is why most collectors you'll see like a Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper. It'll have the exact same image that it had for the Stormtrooper for Star Wars: A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. They just kept repurposing the figure, the mold, and then redo the logo. And that's all it was.
I mean, and obviously there's no baseline, but what's the most variations of the figure that you kind of know of?
I don't know off the top of my head, and the reason for that being is that every time they released a figure, they changed the number on the back. So a lot of collectors, a shorthand will be like, I have a Stormtrooper with a 12 back, which is probably as old as you can get.
I know that kind of lingo.
Right. So when you get into that realm of figures, and as you can see, as we bring up General Veers here, maybe it wasn't General Veers. No, it was this one. Here's the Imperial Navy Commander. They kind of did it in the same style on the back, where they just gave you a basic picture with a little color background.
So you know what?
When there weren't a lot of figures left.
What I think would be just amazing is if they gave you a little fake sticker on this of like a Toys R Us. You know what I mean? Or like
Well,
a Kmart, like a,
yeah. If
what
it
could
would have been a
cost?
Toys R Us exclusive, then to have a Toys R Us price tag on it would have been a good deal into the package.
Because I would love to buy a new version of these that had some old, out-of-date store with
Oh
the
my God,
price
yeah.
point. And it just kind of makes it a little bit more fun.
And when you get into some collecting, some collectors, you're going to see a lot more Return of the Jedi characters because this was the end. Kenner says it in the things that made us. Well, what were we going to do next? There wasn't anything to do next. We wanted to keep doing the toy lines, and they were like, "No, it's done. It's over."
What about Power of the Horse?
Well, yes, we had the coin. We had the coin figures. So you'll see a lot of those in packages, but these kind of figures, maybe not so much Leia, but when you get into oddball characters like Admiral Akbar, who was a mail-away figure at one point, and then you get into like Prune Face, you really get into these characters that were a dime a dozen. They were in giant dump bins at like Kmart and Boscov's, James Way, and you could get them for like. Truth be told, at one point, my dad got us over 100 figures for 10 cents a piece.
Well, so
and they were like stormtroopers.
Even
so
at
it was worth it.
Even at the few dollar price point here, okay. Currently, there is no version. Yeah, we're gonna do a video soon about how many Legends came out this year. But 77 figures plus play sets for this movie.
That's not even all of them.
That's all the way. Oh no, I'm gonna assume
No, because none of the coin figures are on here.
Yeah, you start throwing in the variants, all the different other play sets. It was a good time to be a kid. You know what I mean? Because you could go and get a couple of these at once.
You could go and get a Bespin security guard, even though you might have missed him the first time around. He was going to be in a box somewhere.
So you go into the store, they're fresh off the shelf. What was like the base price point then?
It was $2.99.
So $2.99.
And if they were $3.99, it was probably like a higher end type place, or you were in a bigger city.
Yeah. So you go out. You're with your grandmother. You're with your mom. It's Saturday. You got an A on your test, and they're gonna buy you something. How many did you get at once?
Well, it usually depended on who it was.
Okay.
Because if it was my grandmother, it was usually one.
Okay.
If it was my birthday, it was one because I was visiting. It was just one figure. If it was my birthday, it was usually 2 or 3.
Okay.
That was one grandmother. My other grandmother, who I didn't see as much. What do you want?
Yeah, you're grabbing.
What do you want?
You're filling the card up. Okay.
So if it was my parents, it was usually just you were a good kid today. You got one. You got some birthday money left over. What do you want?
Yeah, but you get whacked up for $3. You leave, no big deal. That's a gallon of milk now.
Right.
You go to the store. Like I take my son.
What was a gallon of milk back then?
10 cents.
Yeah. Not that old.
You had milk back then? Goat? No, but now, I take my son. He's almost 7 now. We go to the store. Does he like the new Rise of the Horrendous Ninja Turtles, and those are $7 or $8 a piece? Yeah, he likes those. But if you're a kid now under the age of 15, 16, you want a Marvel figure. I mean, and you love the movies. Who doesn't? And so $20. So let's say and then now they get the Build-A-Figure for a collector was this, hey, I'm working towards, this as I go along.
Yeah.
Kids, my son, I don't buy him all at once, but he gets a couple pieces, and then he's literally, because I came home the other day, we had gotten the rookie piece, right? I came back later that night because I went to work, and I was looking at the steps, and there's just the backer ripped off from the Multiverse box. And I'm like, well, what the heck is this? What, he didn't throw his trash out? And I realized that he ripped the back off and circled the 2 pieces that he got. And so now he's holding on to it because he wants to build that figure. So if you're going to try to buy these for your children, you're not a crazy collector and that into this like we are, it's an expensive hobby now. And you're not going to buy it for yourself and for your son. Now, I grab them at 5 and below because it's, of course.
Yeah.
It's the great way.
He's going to play with it. It's going to have fun, and you're going to get your $5 for it.
I had to get a whole nother playroom because I filled the whole other one up with red flags.
And
it's just unbelievable.
Red
I was waiting for you to get it.
flags.
Yeah.
And if you're protecting your collection now or from then,
Yeah. Well, but the point is, they were affordable, and so. But now you got them. You were crazy enough that you didn't play with them, or like when we go to a convention, I know that if I walk by something that has a older DC figure, I'm going to stop. When I'm with Bob and Bob and T-shirt guy out, and we go by a booth that has vintage figures, we're stopping. And every single time you see two things. You see the super expensive carded ones kind of up and displayed, and then you see this nice little security box.
Yeah.
The jeweler's case down on the table. And then Bob will just go through and go, got it. And then he'll go, oh, that's the really cool one because it's got the light blue. And I'm like, and I don't remember any of it, but there's always something new that you hear. And, you know, it's really cool. So obviously if you're that into this and you're going to collect these and you're going to spend the money for the little bit more,
and to
buy
display
Figure
it.
Shield.
And to display it. Like you can display it, you protect it. It's all done in one shot. You know, this will make my wife really happy. That's how much my wife is into this. I gave her this as a gift before we were even dating.
That's what sealed the deal.
And I said, this is for you, because I didn't have anything. I came back from Comic-Con, and she and I were going to the movies, just hanging out. And I said, hey, I got this for you. And she was just like,
What'd you say?
What? God, with her, you would not believe how many movies she and I have seen together. So got her this, and came out of my own collection, and I really wanted her to have it. So, boom.
Listen, all in all,
Fantastic.
I'd say that this product's really great. We appreciate you guys sending it to us so we could review it. You know, we do a fair amount of reviews here. It's mostly actually, you know, taking a figure out and going over it.
But here we are putting it back into something.
This is like, as an in-the-box guy, I'm putting something in the box into another box.
Like protected.
It's awesome, but this is really cool. It's a.
And you know what? When you're packing them for the long-term storage or you're transporting them, look at that.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. So now these are all going into. Granted, you're gonna.
How many times have you been moving one of your figures? They fell over. Your heart dropped, and you know you run over wanting to see what happened and then not wanting to see it at the same time.
It's too many.
But,
too many times.
And you know, listen, maybe you're not going to get one for every single figure in your collection if you're crazy like us and have way too many storage units and full basements.
Would I do these with the power of the Force? Maybe some select few.
Well, that's the thing. I think that these are perfect for.
But this is different.
That's exactly it. For your really kind of cream of the crop. I worked hard. I picked these up over a few years. This is an absolute must-have for that collector. And then, back to what we said. You need a gift for somebody that you're not sure, or, you don't know what to get because they have everything already. This is the perfect this is the perfect gift.
And what more says I love you than protect your valuable toys?
Oh yeah.
I want you to protect your valuable
That's
toys.
when you know that you got the right one.
Exactly.
So
we should probably just trade some of these out.
They're cool, and I like the branding too.
Yeah, I like that they remind you that it's Figure Shield on top, so you know what you need more of.
It's like when you go to a house and you know that it's protected by ADT. You know what I mean? Like it's that little sign, like don't mess with this.
They should have a little sign.
Yeah.
They did send us some stickers and stuff, but they should have a little sign you just put in front of your house. Yeah. My figures are protected.
Yeah, I would put that outside.
To collect and protect.
I really would.
I'd wear a shirt to collect and protect. Get on that.
Get on it. Thanks, guys. YouTube, subscribe, like. Facebook, we've got the corporate page approaching 100,000. We've got the closed group in the mid-40s right now. Yeah. If you're into this, check it out. Instagram, Twitter, not Twitch.
We're there, but
we're trying, dabbling.
We're more like interacting with it right now, just like trying it.
But check out actionfigurejunkies.com. Bob has new content up every single day.
And we collect all our toy hunts. Yeah. They might be on Instagram, but if you don't want to see the whole story in one article, that's usually where they end up.
Yeah, and you're gonna see some cool stuff. So, guys, thanks so much. We appreciate it. We're into this.
Show you some of my grandma's insanity. I didn't have the heart to throw them out.
Oh, man, that's awesome. No, you can never throw this out.